Alright, guys. You already know who it is. It's your boy iChuck. We out here playing some Stories Path of Destinies. Now, this is one of those free games of the month, and I like to bring you guys some of those solo side action. That sounds wrong.
Once upon a time, the infamous rover Reynardo plundered the floating isles. Then his mother called him to her deathbed. "Swear to me that you won't die on the gallows," she rasped. Reluctantly, he swore. And he whiled away his days at home with music, cards, and wine. But the Emperor had changed. He'd been good once, a shy, almost humble toad. He'd built universities. Then people started whispering about mass graves in the woods. Midnight rituals, victims screaming. The Imperial Ravens would round up entire villages, and no one ever returned. The Ravens had come to Ubar scouting for ancient books said to be of great power. But the librarians had hidden the books, so they'd burnt the librarians. The citizens, outraged, had driven them off. The Ravens had come back with dropships. The kid had fled with one of those books. He was brave and dumb and wanted to join the rebellion. And Reynardo had promised his mother he'd protect him.
They couldn't find the books, so they burned the librarians. What? What? Oh my god. This is gonna be fun. I can already tell.
The kid was looking down, watching his city burn. "Sorry, kid," Reynardo told the kid. "Look, if we give them the book, they'll leave you alone." "My mother died for this book!" "I promised her I'd protect you." "Ah, damn it." The kid had run off. With the book, of course. So Reynardo had to run after him.
And I'm Ronaldo. Huh. Okay.
The two ravens
like
were
I can
staring
do
at the
much
kid
else.
like he was their dinner, which probably was what was in their tiny brains. "Hey," Reynardo said. They cocked their heads at him. "Pick on someone as ugly as you." Wait, that didn't come out right. "For the Emperor!" The ravens cawed and rushed at him.
Okay. Hack and slash game. I like those. Alright. Already too good. Oh, I can't do it now.
A dropship flew overhead. He hoped they hadn't noticed him. The kid. Oh, right. The Gate of Heroes.
This is so
Someone's
goofy.
idea of a joke, making the Skyship docks a gated community. You needed a hero's sword to open it. And the kid was on the other side of the gate.
What?
Who let you through? Promise me you'll take the book to the rebels, or I'm gonna steal your ship. I'm not taking that damn book anywhere, and neither are you. Try and stop me, laughed the kid. I bet you don't even have a hero sword. And with that, the kid hopped away. Had to hand it to the kid. He was an idiot, but he had guts. Where was Reynardo going to get a hero sword?
Oh, there's a lot of
Forge
duels.
a hero sword here, but I'm going to need ore.
Huh? Okay. Oh. Well.
I hope nobody minds if I use this stuff. A hero sword. QED. This is what he got for settling down and finding people to care about. The kid's mum had been a swell cook, and she'd laughed at Reynardo's jokes, even when he didn't know he'd made one. And then the ravens had come to burn her. And she'd made him promise to protect the kid. But she never told him where the book was. Just the kid. He came up to a ledge. It was too far to jump. There'd been a bridge here before, hadn't there? And there was Peter, giggling at him. "How'd you get across?" he asked the kid. "Where'd you find a hook?" "I hopped," said the kid. Wise-ass kid. "Hey, look out behind you!" "Cute," said Reynardo. Ah, ravens. It was time to talk some
This
sense
game
into
is
the
just
kid.
so goofy.
Just hook his way across the ledge and chase the kid down. Thing was, he hadn't used his hook since he'd retired. Damn it. Maybe if he meditated at that altar there, he'd remember his old skills.
Oh yeah? Maybe. Cool.
It was
Let's,
starting to come back to him. Something you never
let's
completely
meditate.
forgot. Like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he
Remember
fought,
how to use this
the more
skill.
he'd probably remember. And there was the Farfarer. She was the fastest ship he'd ever known. She could do the Kestra run in 12 furlongs. Oh, so the salesman had told him. And
What?
something told him the kid was about to walk into an ambush. "Stop!" he shouted. "I'm not giving you the book!" shouted the kid, and took off. "No! Peter!" But the kid ran for it, and a goggler nailed him with its eyebeam. The book was unburned. Next to it were the buckles from the kid's shoes, in a kid-sized pile of ashes. Damn it. Why hadn't he lied and told the kid he'd take the book to the rebels? The kid would be alive now. Really pissed off and betrayed, but alive. Oh, damn it. Reynardo picked up the book. He couldn't let the Empire have it now. He was going to have to get it out of there. He'd be a wanted man. Probably have to join the rebellion just to have a place to dock. Well, he'd hated home life anyway.
I just got a trophy for
What's the big
spinning.
deal about this book anyway? Maybe he should
Oh,
open it
God.
and find out. All that had been years ago. How many? The war was a blur.
So much
Now 3
narration.
Raven scout ships were chasing him. "Where are you running, rebel?" cawed the Raven captain over the loudhailer. Renato could see them cranking up their catapults. "Just going out for milk?" Renato yelled back. "Where can you run?" laughed the Raven horribly. Far behind him, another city was burning. The dark cloud above its island was thousands of Imperial ships. The fleet was doing a thorough job. "Take us to the rebel base! I will spare your life!" it cawed. The entire jury-rigged rebel fleet was only a few islands to the east. Beyond that were only the pillars of heaven. A sea of the rebellion was out of time. Unless Renato could bring a game-changer. Maybe he could. Renato had found out where he could find the pieces of the Sky Ripper, the legendary weapon that had exiled the lost gods. Surely a legendary weapon could win the final battle. On the other hand, his old friend Lapino had sent Renato a desperate message saying he had a brilliant scheme to save the rebellion. If Renato could only rescue him. Renato dived the Farfarer towards the abyss. As he felt the heat of the jet stream, the Raven ships peeled off, not stable enough to follow him down there. Now it was time to choose. Lapino or the Sky Ripper.
More power.
The Sky Ripper. The Transcendent Emperor had buried its pieces. What could have brought them to light?
Skip. Why would I save this dude when I can have a sword so powerful it was exiled by the gods? Oh god, I'm already getting too much into this game.
As he set foot on the island, Renato could not help but feel a tinge of guilt. He'd left Lapino behind. He hoped the Mad Rabbit had somehow escaped the Ravens. He hoped they hadn't eaten him.
Yeah.
If they had, he hoped they hadn't eaten him alive.
He'll be fine.
Why had he chosen the Sky Ripper? Renato never made plans that required constant vigilance. He was a hero. He didn't think too much. He just went with his gut and hoped it all worked out. The Sky Ripper was a long shot. He'd have to devote himself to it. No side journeys, no rescuing old friends. That was against his nature. Could he stick with it?
Oh yeah.
If I craft a sword now, it's going to be really short.
Okay. Oh. I don't want none of that right now. I thought the Sky Ripper was in here. Oh well. Ooh. Doors.
Anyone ever tell you you have a lovely eye? No? The people who had built this castle, did they even know what monstrous weapon lay hidden within their walls? The Sky Ripper could destroy anything it touched, or so the legend said. As the Transcendent Emperor had fought the lost gods, thousands of thousands had died. But Renato had been through wars. The only merciful war was a short one.
Okay. Yes, I have that sword.
Hero wall. Hero sword. Ice wall. Ice.
So good. No, can't go back.
Renato's blood was up. He just needed to smash something.
Okay. Nice. What's this? Oh, really? No.
If only he had some way to break the ice. Or convince it he was a friend.
Convinced the door I was its friend. I figured this game was goofy, but come on now. Doors aren't people.
Who are you looking at? Oh, right. No way.
Hola. 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 Man, I get a lot of XP.
Ah, a puzzle. Renato loved puzzles. Except when he couldn't figure them out. On the other hand,
call
if
this
it was
a
a
puzzle?
puzzle, it was probably meant to keep people away from something good.
Oh. My God, that was so difficult. Oh Lord. Lord, Lord, Lord. Yeah, it's just...
Who needed bridges anyway?
Man, this game, there's not a lot to talk about on this game. It's goofy. It's fun. I'll say that much. Nothing bad yet.
It was starting to come back to him.
Okay.
Something you never completely forgot. Like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought, the more he probably... There it was. Skyripper's armature. The stuff that dreams are made of. Engineers' dreams, anyway. The device was intricate. No one alive had the skill to make a thing like it. How is it part of a weapon at all? He'd have to ask a scientist. But first, he'd get the second piece. Sky Ripper had a heart, a core that had come to rest in the next island. Well, there was another island he could reach. Zenobia had just invaded it with her father's Raven battalions. She must be encamped there still. But fighting Zenobia now, that made no sense at all. He'd already sacrificed one friend to get this armature, was it? He didn't need to hurry to face her. She would find him.
Well, no.
It was a no-brainer. He'd sacrificed his old friend Lapino to get the armature. And the armature was useless by itself, only a series of coils and wheels. War demanded sacrifices, and he would make more before the end. He would have to choose the greatest good, no matter how much it cost him. Zenobia. Well, he would see her sooner or later, across a battlefield or a sword's point before all this was over. He was sure of that. The power was in the core. Obviously, he had to get the core. He looked up at the old trees around him. They were so big and so old. They'd been there before he was born, and they'd be there after he'd passed into legend.
This game, man.
Was he confronting his own unimportance? What had got into him? He was no philosopher. Anyway, who cares? He was plenty important. He was a hero, and soon he'd prove it.
Alright, I got hella shit. I got a comment. It's Roberto. Fuck you too, Roberto. Listen, I'm playing games, bro. This game is pretty fun. Pretty lit.
Once, Bernardo had opened a chest, and Jack-in-the-Box jumped out. Jack-in-the-Boxes, they gave him the Wiggins.
The Wiggins.
This is why heroes are called dashing, Renato thought. See? Dashing? Get it?
Oh boy.
There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time. Can't we just agree to disagree? Said Renato. No?
Bam!
Renato felt new powers, ready. There were fewer and fewer trees. There were only these huge crystalline growths. Had those been here before? He no longer heard birds except for the feverish cawing of the ravens when they attacked. He couldn't smell the small animals of the forest. The mice and rabbits. Where had they gone? And he was getting hungry too. This was an unhealthy place to be.
Attack immediately when the previous attack hits. Purpose strike. No. Slow down time after a successful counter hit. Until your next action. Take the no. Oh yeah.
Missed his old skills. He welcomed them back like he was at a reunion.
Speed. More speed. Too good. Come on now. What is that, the core already?
The 20-sided core made him feel physically sick.
What?
Once he had sneaked into a temple of the dark arts, and he hadn't liked what he smelt and saw there. This felt like that. As quick as he could, he wrangled the icosahedron into the armature. The wheels began to spin, then glow. The sick feeling quickly spun away. Now he only felt sad. He had lost good friends for this war apparatus. He carried his prize back to the Farfarer. Now he had to make his next move. There was a key Imperial outpost on the Nexus. If this really was some sort of super weapon, he could use it to wreak havoc on the enemy. And if it wasn't, well, better to know that before the final battle. But maybe he should show it to some scientists first. There was an observatory on the Nexus. Maybe he should go there before he fired it.
Ah, man. Scientist.
Well, of course. If you've just assembled a weapon out of legend that can exile gods from the world, you'd want to have a scientist or two look at it. And even if they disagreed and he had time, he could ask Calaveras himself. Yes, the observatory would be his objective.
Alright. So it's getting interesting. Not even 30 minutes and I've already sacrificed 2 people. You know. The normal. Oh.
Why had the parts of the Sky River only surfaced now? Thousands of years after the Transcendent Emperor had dismantled it. The mad Emperor Isengrim had performed terrible, bloodthirsty rituals to invoke the lost gods. Was that why these ancient artifacts were rising out of the ground? How perfect, then, that the Sky Ripper would reappear to be his destruction. For a moment, I wished that somebody had been watching.
Oh. My thing kind of just went through the ground. There it is. Yep. Come on now. There we go. Ooh, chest. I have a shit ton of these things. I don't even... barely even remember what to do with them. Oh, there we go.
I'd have hoped his mother wasn't watching.
I'll have a skill point. Back at the... oh. Get over here. You wanna hit me? Get out of here, you're dead. Get countered, you're dead. You're dead. You're dead. And you're dead.
Renato felt ready to become faster, stronger. A legendary weapon was exactly what the rebellion needed. They were outnumbered. The once kind Emperor, Renato shuddered at what the Emperor was trying to do. To bring back the lost gods, the Black Harvest, the Black Sun. No. He would stop that Toad, no matter what the risk.
Yeah, man, we're gonna go fight a frog. Oh, no, there's a thing. There's a chest.
Renato's path was clear. Let the scientists ensure the Sky Ripper was safe to use, bring it to the rebel base, and then assault the Imperial fleet for the win.
I'm making a new sword. Look badass. Is that it? Allows one to heal oneself. I don't know, I kind of want to save for a better sword. But, hey.
His trusty old sword was always a little better when he sharpened it.
Oh, I can have all the swords at once, okay. Oh. This is something.
Energy spheres.
Oh.
Easy to dodge, but boy do they sting if you didn't pay attention.
Oh, counter, dude, come on. Get countered. Die. No, come on. Counter. There we go. Look at that.
Ooh, Renato hated warlocks. The way they stayed back and lobbed pain and death from a distance. Cowards. Really dangerous, effective cowards.
Oh. Easy. Can't believe I got a trophy for spinning. Really?
It was good to practice your moves, thought Renato. Keeps you limber.
Oh, is this the observatory?
Renato was
Are we
thrilled.
here?
The scientists seemed to think he'd put the Sky Ripper together right. But one Toad was worried.
Yeah, Sky Ripper could tear a hole in existence itself. There are invisible strings that tie the universe together. If Sky Ripper cut one, the hole would widen and widen till our whole existence fell into it.
Another Toad sighed. Irving still believes in string theory.
At least go see Calaveras.
Yeah, said the worried Toad.
He knows more than anyone else has forgotten about the Transcendent Emperor.
If anyone could tell him how to use this weapon safely, it would be Calaveras. It was he who had told Renato how to find it in the first place. But Maybe he had to give up on using it as a weapon. Maybe he had to go to the secret rebel base and ask the generals there what he could do with a weapon that he dared not use.
Dared not use? Nah, I'm going to this dude. Who the fuck said I didn't want to use it?
When he was stopped by one of the scientist toads.
There is something else you should know. There are rumors the Ravens are searching for an ancient artifact on a nearby desert island. There are legends of something called the Iblis Stone, a gem of great and evil power.
Where is this
means
island?
devil.
Asked Renardo.
Yeah, sort of that way?
Said the toad, pointing vaguely west. The fleet was already there. There was nothing Renardo could do about it. For the moment. Well, he should have known he'd have to consult Calaveras again. The scientists at the observatory were smart enough. But what did they know of the Transcendent Emperor? He hoped it wouldn't delay him too long. The rebels had scheduled the final battle soon. Every day they delayed risked the exposure of the secret base. And some soldiers were already drifting back to their homes and families. Calaveras would fix the Sky Ripper for him. And then he would win the final battle. Maybe it was the cold. But after a few steps, Renardo's optimism started to slump. What if Calaveras couldn't help? Did Renardo dare use the Sky Ripper? Oh, he hated that he had chosen this path. It was so much simpler to rescue friends and attack enemies. Even if some of those friends were more trouble than his enemies, some of those enemies had been friends before and might be lovers after. No, okay, it wasn't all that much simpler, no. Physics made his brain hurt. That, at least, he was sure of. This was definitely better than pulling yourself up in a bucket. Tried to focus on the now. The ravens who seemed everywhere all the time. Where did they hatch from? Were there giant raven hatcheries somewhere, or did they have families? Ooh, he didn't want to think about raven mummies raising their darling raven chicks. Yeah, Calaveras would help. He would make Renardo feel better about using the Sky Ripper. And then Renardo wouldn't have to worry about ravens ever again.
Damn, dude, I'm going up high.
It wasn't his fault. They looked so breakable. Renato had been focusing all his energies on the Sky River. If Calaveras could not fix it, he'd be out of options. He would have to assault the Imperial fleet empty-handed.
It said assault the Imperial fleet empty-handed. Well, listen here, buddy. I'll do that. Let's get more speed.
Calaveras had never let him down.
Yeah, of course I can make it work better.
But when Renato explained about the strings, Calaveras grew thoughtful.
Oh, strings, you say? Well, the Arcana do speak of the ties that bind the world.
He drew many intricate symbols in the dirt.
Yeah, so, according to my calculations, each time you fire, I'm afraid there's a 1 in 128 chance you'll destroy the universe.
That's pretty good odds. That's like rolling, 21 dice and they all come up 6. What are the odds of that?
What? No! It's more like 2.716s in a row.
Anyway, with those odds, it won't happen if I use it just once.
What? No. That's so not right. Each time you use it... Okay, look. Just don't use it ever. At all, okay?
All right, I guess. As he sailed away from the mountains, Renato could see clouds darkening. Rain? No. Ships. Imperial ships, swarming thick as bees.
This was it. The big battle.
They could not afford to lose this one. What if it did not go well? What if he had to use the Sky Ripper? Could he gamble the universe? On the other hand, what were the odds of rolling 21 6s in a row?
Okay.
The battle was not going spectacularly well. What had the rebels been thinking? They'd been thinking he would bring the Sky Ripper, or the Iblis Stone, or that he'd sideline Zenobia somehow, or turn her. Couldn't he use the Sky Ripper just once? After all, if chances were 1 in 128, that meant he'd for sure be okay the first time. They'd get worse each time he used it, but the first time would be okay, right? He wasn't sure that it was right. So he didn't fire the Sky Ripper. He just brought it along, in case. Renato felt like he was ready to learn new things. Thank goodness he didn't have to go to school for that. Where did that go to?
Oh.
Sometimes, Renato really hated inanimate objects. Renato wondered idly if people who had built these poles had really, really long tentacles. What did you do if one of these platforms stalled? Someone had told him the odds didn't change just because he'd had a streak of good luck. His gut told him that was wrong, though, and he always listened to his gut. On the other hand, 128 chances to win, but one of them would destroy the universe. That seemed a bit serious. Maybe he could defeat the Emperor without firing the Sky Ripper. Maybe he could bluff, but with a real weapon. Like in cards, when you had 3 knaves, but you pretended you had a fizzbin. That could work.
What? What did he say? A fizzbin? What?
Renato felt a little better.
Clear it out quicker and quicker. Here we go. Gotta keep going up, up, up. Oh, hello.
He set up the Sky Ripper and let it warm up. He would bluff if he had to. Zenobia came out, flanked by a very daunting platoon of ravens. You won't actually use that, she said in that annoying, I know everything because I'm a cat and you know nothing because you're just a fox voice she had. Or I know the odds. Good, because there's a real chance you could destroy the universe. No, not the first time I use it. The odds are too low. What? No? Yeah, sure. The first time, the odds are practically nothing. They only go up if I use it a bunch more times. No, but that's not how odds work. Didn't you pay attention in class? Now surrender, or I'll use it. Just once, he said. Don't. He felt sure the odds were with him. He had to go with his gut. That's what heroes do. Fire, he said. Please? The Sky Ripper fired. With a tremendous whoosh, the Emperor's flagship went up in flames. It was awesome. Then he noticed there was a hole in the air. A blackness, like a tear in a parchment. Wind was blowing into it, widening it. It grew larger, and even larger. Crates fell upwards into it, and the world itself seemed bent, like the reflection on a curved mirror, as it poured into the ravenous hole. Ah, 1 in 128. What are the odds? Thought Reynardo, and then everything fell into the hole and was gone. Okay, that was weird. He could have sworn he just died. Instead, he was on the Farfarer, sailing away from Ubar. And it was still burning. He'd fled burning Ubar years ago, hadn't he? And now he was back there. Had all those years fighting the Empire been nothing but a vision into the future? A useful vision if it was true. He'd learned something. The core was powerful, but dangerous if used improperly.
Oh, so there's different stories and endings. That's cool. The Skyripper core is unstable. Those are facts. I got car facts right there.
He'd made bad choices. But now, when the real battle came, he wouldn't make those choices. He wouldn't make the same mistake twice. The book's pages began to flip backwards, towards the beginning. And he realized that his adventure was just beginning. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Skyripper had surfaced. Reynardo knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Emperor had brought the Skyripper pieces up out of ancient burial by his obscene rituals. Could this be where the Iblis stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Reynardo. On the other hand, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Lapino was no game changer, but could Reynardo really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
You know what? Let's go save our friend.
Ah, Lapino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lapino always wiggled out of trouble, given time. But he was out of time. The Ravens had figured out that Lapino was a rebel spy. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse.
Yeah, we're going to save our friend.
Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the Ravens? Hey, I'm a firefox, thought Reynardo. there was a sign. Take the goat across first.
That's a lot of enemies, but take the goat across first? What? Why do I feel like that's that old middle school puzzle?
Renato had seen villages emptied like this. All the people taken away to be sacrificed in the Emperor's secret rituals. Renato hoped the people were just hiding. Renato looked around the empty village and reflected. The Sky Ripper had turned out to be far too dangerous to be used. Time to turn to what he knew best. What's there?
Yeah, what's here?
Renato wondered if his future self had commissioned these poles. That could come in handy in a pinch. Ravens were landing everywhere. The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lupino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lupino. Where had the mad rabbit got to? Of all the artisans he was creating employment for, truly, he was a job creator. Renato felt a chill run down his back. Or possibly a flea. Renato wondered if he could learn to cook this way. Probably not. Dirty and bloody, Renato finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Renato recognized the cards. It was Lapino's favorite deck.
Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, see, this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia. We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who also happened to be a deadly sorcerer and, oh, his only daughter? That would be worth it. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
Nope. Gonna fight this bitch.
Zenobia wasn't just the Emperor's daughter, of course. She'd been Renato's best friend in Sword Fu school. And you're still mad for her, the rabbit reminded him. They'd been close. She'd told him things no one else knew. But she'd never told him who she really was.
She knows all the Emperor's plans, chuckled the Master Spy.
She won't give them up easily.
She'll tell the interrogators, all right,
said Lapino. Taking her would change the game, all right.
Well, it's really, really getting interesting.
The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
It's true. It's war. And all's fair in love and war. All. That's not even making noise. That made no noise, and it went into the ground. Amazing.
Ice walls only let you through if they knew you were cool.
Oh my god.
Huh? A lever? That was new. Most people still use doorknobs. So, what's this plan of yours?
Use me as bait.
Said Lapino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lapino dressing as an old blind toad, and Renato hiding inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly go wrong? Thought Renato.
I wonder. You know what? Let's do it.
Oh, this is gonna be fun, said Lapino, as he ran to go set up his marvelous plan.
Hey.
There is gonna be something.
Hey, a workbench.
He could try out his new bling.
I don't have a new blade yet. Yeah. supposed to have the Void Blade by now? I would like to have that. That'd be cool. Huh. Looks like I'm not getting through there. Wait a minute. This is the way I came. What am I doing? Alright.
Swell. He always wanted to do that.
Alright. There we go. There's so long.
Renato felt dubious about the whole plan. With every step, he was waiting for it all to go horribly wrong. But against all odds, Peppino's idiotic plan worked. Zenobia's ravens ran off after the geese, the net dropped, and Renato jumped out of the watermelon and put his sword to Zenobia's throat.
Renato, she said. Are those new scars? They look good on you.
You never return my velvet jacket.
It was my favorite. You look stupid in velvet.
Oh, what does an imperial princess know about style?
Oh, get a room, you two, said Latino.
But the fleet was coming on fast, so they put Zenobia on the Farfarer and took her east over the Nexus.
She'd vanished from Swordfu School, from his life, without even saying goodbye, without ever telling him she was the Emperor's adopted daughter. Ah, Lapina was right, Renato thought reluctantly. She knows things. She recognized his look. You're taking me to the interrogators, aren't you? She said, wide-eyed. And then she jumped, with horror. Renato saw Zenobia plummeting. Then he saw the Nexus below them. Cats always land on their feet.
Ah, she'll head for the Imperial outpost,
yelled Lapino.
You have to catch her.
Oh, yeah? So, is it what? Is it gonna be like a race against time thing? Or is it just run through it? Hopefully I get the fighter and it's not just some telltale shit.
Cats can run faster, but foxes can run longer. If he ran, he could head her off before she reached her minions at the outpost. Well, he did love a good chase.
It was definitely easier to fight inanimate objects.
I love this narrator. Oh, wait, what's back here? Oh, man. No, I'll go back down there. I can't port back. Fuck.
He was closing on her. He could smell her fear.
He tried not to think about the interrogators at the secret base. What did they do to her? Maybe it didn't have to end that way. Maybe he could talk to her. But, after all, there were worse things the Imperials had done to friends of his. I need more materials, thought Renato.
Yeah, I do. Oh, that's a suicide bomber, isn't it? Okay. What the hell happened there?
Renato reached the outpost. The Imperials there were no match for him. Soon after, Zenobia limped up the path. When she realized he was already in front of her, she didn't even try to run. Oh, you left without saying goodbye. Again, he said, please. I'm enjoying this a little too much, she said, shaken. Oh, spare us the chit-chat, would you? Said Lapino as he shackled her hands so she couldn't throw spells. She knows all his plans. All the way back to the Farfarer, Lapino nagged Renato about how the interrogators would pry all the intel out of Zenobia. How that would turn the tides in the imminent battle. All they had to do was take her to the rebels' secret base. Renato didn't like to think about what the interrogators would do to her. Couldn't he just talk to her?
Huh. Huh.
As they reached the ruins, Renato could see ravens everywhere, searching for the rebel base. They'd have to hide the Farfarer or go on foot. What if we get separated? Asked Lapino, for once thinking ahead. I'll show you a map to the base. Renato told Lapino. Renato, don't do this, said Zenobia. We were friends once. We... Shut it, witch, or I'll shackle your mouth too, said Lapino. And then, a few moments later, they touched down.
Okay.
As Lapino pulled Zenobia off the Farfarer, Renato readied himself for the battle ahead. I'm sorry I nicked your jacket, she said. It's just... It's stupid, but... It smelled like you. What? He said, confused. Then... Why didn't you write? Why didn't you far speak? Oh, save the romantic nostalgia. Let's go! Shrieked Lapino. So Renato launched himself down the path to the secret base. Renato had been the terror of the sandcastles when he was 2.
Looks like I got a long way to go. Better get moving.
This chest was really awesome. See what I did there?
Oh, God. Almost got enough. Nine more.
He once met a pirate captain. He used hooks to get around his ship. Oh, what was his name again?
I wonder. Definitely not Captain Hook. Oh, come on. 4 more, really? Fuck. Damn it.
They caught their breath. It's
Oh.
beautiful, she said, looking at the ruins. This used to be the library of Ubar, he said, before your father's ravens smashed it. Do we have to talk politics? She asked. That's not how I want to remember you, she said with an odd, wistful look at her face. She was as beautiful as she'd ever been, and as brave. Peppino huffed. They got back on the trail.
Alright, I could get this new sword. If it even gives me 4. Oh, it is. Looks like more than 4. Oh, no, no, I can't get the new sword. No.
Hey, how do you tell if someone's far away, or just really small?
I gotta wait until I get to a new thing. Oh! Maybe I shouldn't have charged through that. Alright. There we go. There we go. There we go. Nice and easy. Bada bing, bada boom.
The long stairs. So he was close to the rebel base. Nothing was on fire. So far, so good. Landed a claw on him.
Boss? No boss. Actually. Okay.
As they made their way to the secret rebel base, Renato felt strange. Zenobia was his prisoner, yet somehow she felt more like an old friend. He wanted to tell her all his secrets, but suddenly the ruins lit up with thousands of fireworks. There was a thunderous roar and dust rose. The caves were collapsing.
The caves.
"You've been playing me?" Renato said, and he stared at Zenobia. "I'm sorry," she said, and she seemed almost embarrassed. Then everything went dark. When Renato came to, he had a terrible headache. Also, Zenobia's sword was at his throat, and her shackles were gone. So was Lupino. "The terrible thing is," he said, "I really have missed you. Now that we've destroyed the rebellion, would you consider becoming an advisor to the Emperor's daughter?" "I'm no one's servant. Everybody serves. Even if it's only destiny. I like to choose my own destinies," he said. "The whole point of a destiny is you can't choose." "Oh, never mind," she said. "Look, if I see you again, I'll have to kill you." He watched her ship soar away. He would see her again, he decided, even if he had to fight his way across the entire fleet.
Alright. So, is that it? Is that my story? My second story, second ending? The rebellion is destroyed. Darth Vader wins. No, Darth Vader didn't win yet.
The Imperial fleet was cleaning up the few rebel remnants. For only a moment, he thought about running. But heroes don't run, even when the world is against them. Even when their cause is hopeless, and their efforts futile, and pointless, and useless, and death painful and guaranteed. He's decided to stop thinking for a while.
Okay. Kill the Emperor. Let's go. Got my ice sword. I'm ready.
Haven't you always wanted to do that?
Bam! With the ease. Now let's see if these boxes won't give me any health. There we go.
Renato, smash!
Oh god, the Hulk reference. It's too much. Alright.
He smelt burnt fur. His. Sharp? Check. Pointy? Check. Flexible? Check. What else do you need in a sword?
Magic.
Danced around the room yelling, oh yeah, that's how we do it. It was something he liked to do, but only after he killed all the witnesses.
Oh my god.
Have you ever felt you were just going round in circles? Bernardo felt like that.
Yeah.
Bernardo's arm was sore, his armor wet with raven blood. He was tired of death. Death was not yet tired of him. The rebels were losing. Badly. In some other universe, Bernardo thought, he and Zenobia had left Sword Fu School together, taken other names and sailed off into the mists. But not this Zenobia, and not him. For him, there was nothing to do but forge ahead. Kill the Emperor, and end this. Oh, you got such delicious-looking eyeballs, cawed the lead raven. Thank you, I think, said Bernardo. It never hurt to be polite.
Get out of my way.
He felt like Tarzan.
Too easy. Too easy. Whoop. Oh, it's a mercy. Oh, come on, I countered. Come on, I countered, man. I countered. Jesus Christ. Alright. I see how this fucking buff peacock wants to play.
Sorry, mustache, thought Renato.
Yep. Come on, son. Let's go. Come on. That's how we do it. Woo, boss area, hopefully. Is there a place I can upgrade real quick? Pretty sure I can do that. No?
At last, he reached the Emperor's ship. Zenobia was there. Why'd you have to come back? She said, guess I'm just serving my destiny. He shrugged. You don't even know what that word means. She said, do you ever wonder if things have been different all the time? She said, and drew her sword. In the end, Renato lay bleeding out on the deck. Zenobia sat by his side, upset. What are you so upset about? He asked. You wouldn't understand. Why didn't you tell me you were going to leave school? I was afraid you'd convince me not to. I guess I'll have to buy you a drink in the halls of the Valiant then, he told her, and then he was gone. Renato stared at the book. He was still alive. Again. And still only flying away from burning Ubar. Had he lived that adventure? Or only dreamt it? Had he really died? It felt so real, not like a dream at all. And he'd lost again. Oh, he hated that. But he had made different choices. And he'd lost in a different way. It was the book, wasn't it? Oracles showed you your destiny. But this was showing him different ways he could die miserably. Thanks a bunch, book, he thought. But these were destinies that he did not have to fulfill. But he'd learned another true thing. Zenobia still had feelings for him.
Zenobia has feelings for Renato.
But that meant there must be a destiny where he survived and won, right? Otherwise, what was the point? And with that, the book's pages fluttered back once more to the beginning, and the clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renato knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Emperor had brought the Sky Ripper pieces up out of ancient burial by his obscene rituals. Could this be where the Iblis stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Renato. On the other hand, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Lapino was no game changer, but could Renato really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
Alright, this time I'm gonna go rescue him again.
Ah, Lapino.
After I rescue him, I'm gonna initiate his little plan, his gigantic watermelon plan. And we're gonna, instead of going to interrogate her, we're just gonna take her to that one place and we're gonna go talk to her. We're gonna see how that goes.
Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the ravens?
Oh, I need oh, I need 100. I need to get this before anything. Wait, that said I needed how many? 70? Yep, 70. Alright.
Once, he'd found a Superman issue #1 in mint condition in a jar he'd broken. He planned to keep breaking things until he had the whole series.
Oh yeah? Is that my story? Oh, I meant to counter that. Counter. Think, counter. Ooh, hard counter. Give me that shield. Hard counter. Get out of here. Get off the map. You, get off the map. You, get off the map. Get off the map. Hey, come over here. Oh, I can't throw you? Well, you're dead anyways.
That was odd. Renato had been here, at this exact place, at this exact time. But this time, there were so many more ravens.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
I'll just have a dash, thought Renato.
Oh my god, the puns. The puns. Hook shot, huh? Oh yeah! I can jump down? Do I want to jump down? I want to jump down. Okay. Nothing over there, nothing over there. Nothing over here. Nothing over here. What's that? Oh, it's the random shovel. There we go. Give me that shield. Oh, give. Hey, you're buff. I need to. Where's the buffer?
Those sheaves were really very well made, weren't they?
Really? You're not gonna let go of that shield, buddy? Fuck. You need to die. You need to get countered and die. You need to die. You need to counter and die. Counter and die.
Ravens were landing everywhere. The advance guard.
Heal
He'd better
up.
get moving. If they got to Lupino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lupino. Where had the mad rabbit got to? Oh, shall we dance? Could the lead raven? Dirty and
There we
bloody,
go.
Renato finally reached Lupino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Bernardo recognized the cards. It would...
We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows. And that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Right.
Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who happened to also be a deadly sorcerer, and... oh, his only daughter?
Yeah.
That would be worth it. And it would be nice to see her. He'd always had a soft spot for her. And he felt sure she had one for him.
Yes.
On the other hand,
We know the truth.
he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper. Even if he couldn't get the whole thing, it must have great power.
No, we have to catch her, and instead of
Zenobia
interrogating her,
wasn't
we
just
gotta
the
take her to the
Emperor's
place and
daughter,
talk
of
to her.
course.
See what that ending gives us.
The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Bernardo shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
It's true. Again. Alright. Let's just fly through this real quick and get that ending.
You shall not pass!
Alright, that's that. We'll go. Can't go that way. Alright. Go back. Now let's heal up. There we go.
He wished there were more pylons he could use the hook on. They really needed to construct additional pylons.
Yes, they really do. Wow, that's a lot. Almost got enough for my last sword. Altar, I don't have any points available. Get off. Listen, get off.
Everybody knew you shouldn't trust a raven further than you can throw her. But did vertical drop count?
What? No, I wanna get the sword, the void sword.
Firewalls only let you through if they think you're hot enough.
What? I have the fire sword. Are you telling me I have to upgrade it to get through that door? Because I will. Alright, now let's see what was so important that I... Oh my, what the fuck is that?
This couldn't be good for global warming.
No. I don't think it's good for anything. Especially not my health bar. Physical resistance. Fuck, I'm back here. Oh, hey, I can do another thing. Yeah, physical resistance. Les resistance. Oh, I just gotta get back up to 70 ore. Get that
What
void
exactly
sword.
was Lupino up to this time? You could see the wheels spinning inside his head. They made Renato dizzy, in fact.
Huh. Yeah, I want to jump down. Oh, I did not see
Say
you.
goodnight, Gracie, said Renato, wondering who Gracie was.
The hell just... What? I'll take it. Shield breaker. Okay. Heal up. There we go.
So, what's this plan of yours?
Use me as bait, said Lupino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lupino dressing as an old blind toad, and Renato hiding inside a monstrous watermelon.
What could possibly go wrong? Thought Renato.
Let's do it.
Oh, this is gonna be fun,
Said Lupino, as he ran to go set up his marvelous plan. People had laughed at the government workbench placement program, but you could see the benefits everywhere.
Damn, I don't have it. I do have one of those, and I'm gonna... Oh yeah, definitely. That's what I call an ass kicking. No, come on. There you go. No health. Alright.
Renato felt dubious about the whole plan. With every step, he was waiting for it all to go horribly wrong. But against all odds, Lupino's idiotic plan worked. Zenobia's ravens ran off after the geese, the net dropped, and Renato jumped out of the watermelon and put his sword to Zenobia's throat.
Renato, she said. Are those new scars? They look good on you. You never returned my velvet jacket. It was my favorite. You look stupid in velvet. Oh, what does an imperial princess know about style?
Oh, get a room, you two,
Said Lupino, probably sensing the chemistry.
But the fleet was coming on fast. So they took Zenobia east, over the Nexus. She'd vanished from Swordful
Almost
School.
to that ending.
From his life. Without even saying goodbye. Without ever telling him she was the Emperor's adopted daughter.
Renato was aware of her feelings. Maybe this was a bad idea, but was he letting his own feelings get the better of him?
Try to get Zenobia to turn against her father, or stick to the plan. Let's stick to the plan.
Lupino was right, Renato thought reluctantly. She knows things. She recognized his look. You're taking me to the interrogators, aren't you? She said.
Yep, I am. You're gonna jump off and chase after you, and you're gonna be like, yo, it's good.
Cats can run faster, but foxes can run longer. If he ran, he could head her off before she reached her minions at the outpost. Well, he did love a good chase. This is quite the view, he thought.
Yeah, the scenery's pretty awesome. Damn. I need that void sword.
Closing on her. He could smell her fear. He tried not to think about the interrogators at the secret base. What did they do to her? Maybe it didn't have to end that way. Maybe he could talk to her. But, after all, there were worse things the Imperials had done to friends of his. It did not matter how outnumbered the rebellion was. The secret Zenobia held could level the playing field. Codes, passwords. She could wreak havoc with just a few whispers to a far speaker.
There we go.
Bernardo
Nice.
reached the outpost. The Imperials there were no match for him. Soon after, Zenobia limped up the path. When she realized he was already in front of her, she didn't even try to run. Oh, you left without saying goodbye. Again, he said, please. I'm enjoying this a little too much. She said, shaken. Oh, spare us the chit-chat, would you? Said Lapino as he shackled her hands so she couldn't throw spells. She knows all his plans. All the way back to the Farbearer. Lapino nagged Renato about how the interrogators would pry all the intel out of Zenobia. How that would turn the tides in the imminent battle. All they had to do was take her to the rebels' secret base. Renato didn't like to think about what the interrogators would do to her. Couldn't he just talk to her?
Alright, here's the ending I wanted.
As they pulled away from the Nexus, Bernardo could see the fear in Zenobia's eyes. I can't take her to those creatures at the base, he whispered to Lapino. Ah, you've gone soft. Soft in the head. We captured her for what she knows. I'll take her to the mountains. Tell all the horrible things the Emperor's done. Yeah, believe me, she'll turn. And he turned the wheel. The hell you will, shouted Lapino, and he grabbed the wheel back from him. The two of them wrestled for control of the ship. It shot off like a mad sparrow. Suddenly, Renato was falling.
Oh, really? Didn't think it would go that way, but alright.
When he came to, Zenobia was standing over him. Why didn't you take me to the base to be interrogated? She demanded. Do you know what's left of people they interrogate? This is some trick, isn't it? To make me fall for you again. Well, I won't. Oh, go on then. Scurry back to your ravens. I can't stop you. But strangely, she didn't. As Renato set off to find the Farfarer, she followed him, keeping just out of sight of the ravens.
She's not following me. Oh well.
What else could you hook?
There we go. Easy.
As Renato stopped to sniff the wind, Zenobia came up, still mad. Did you really think you'd just talk me into betraying my father? Oh yeah, sure, that was exactly my plan. Then why aren't you even talking to me? Because I've never talked you into anything in my life. They're gonna court-martial you for letting me go. He caught a whiff of the Farfarer. Wet rope, tar, and a cask of Scobel ale he'd spilt last year. It was that way.
You got all that just from sniffing? I'm gonna leave you.
This was much
See ya.
easier than free climbing.
Oh, free climbing this? That'd be so much more fun. Off we go. There we are.
Renato felt ready to take on new powers.
I'm ready to take on a boss. Is there even a boss in this game? Boss? At least something that like provokes a challenge.
Say hi to gravity for me. Renato wondered who was leaving chests of sword crafting supplies around. He wanted to thank him.
practically sure he'd find something useful in one of these things.
Always.
Renato wondered if he should have taken Zenobia to the rebel base for real. Maybe she wasn't playing him after all. After the bleak talk about the Emperor's dark secrets, he was regretting his suspicion.
Yeah, bro, she don't care what the Emperor is doing. She's in on it. She wants to kill people. It's as simple as that. Really.
Sure enough, the Farfarer had crashed in some rocks. There was no sign of Lupino. Zenobia caught up. All that kid stuff in Swordfu School. Look, look, that's the past. We're adults now. We have duties to other people. We have destinies. What are you talking about? And you are the most arrogant, slow-witted, light-fingered, mercenary, immoral, reckless... Run away with me, said Renato, and he realized he meant it. What? Just like that? She demanded. I will, if you will. So she kissed him. And it was the best kiss he'd ever had. They held hands as they boarded the Farfarer. Renato felt light-hearted, like the winds that were playing the rigging like a balalaika. But Lupino, I need to get back to Lupino, he said, suddenly realizing he could have been captured. A prisoner. He's not. How did you know? He saw something in her eyes he didn't understand. He fell, didn't he? Into the abyss. She looked away. Wouldn't answer. But then a bolt smashed through the Farfarer's keel. The broken ship plummeted out of the clouds.
Oh, yeah? Well, I kind of figured that was the ending I would get, them running away together, I guess. It's adorable. It's just adorable.
Renato picked himself off the deck. They were alive. We have to get to my private ship, she said. Do you trust me? I guess
No.
I must, he said. You go on ahead. Clear the path, she said. I can't kill my own soldiers. He wanted to say that he didn't trust her, that he had no idea what he was getting into. But he had no choice, did he? He was following his heart. That's what it means to be a hero. You had to follow your heart.
Is that so? Thought it was like saving people and stuff, but hey. What do I know? I'm no hero. I'm just here to fuck shit up.
Every day he was getting better and better. These platforms were great. Renato wanted one for his house.
Shit, I want a floating platform. I want a floating ship, man. You'd be balling. Sell that for millions.
were these poles exactly? Parking meters from the time of the lost god?
Alright, progress. Progress. Oh, I gotta get rid of that thing. Got it.
What kind of raven can't fly? Thought Renato. Paused to catch their breath. It was strange to be so close to her. What are you thinking? He asked. I'm trying very hard not to think. Me too, he said. Up ahead, he could see the thin silver of Zenobia's personal ship. It looked fast. They would leave all this behind.
Oh, yeah? That what you think's gonna happen, buddy? You're gonna get stabbed in the back.
Since what? I really like the sound of a sword made in the air.
Yeah, you're definitely not killing me. Come on, I'll take this shit all the way with 13 health.
Hey, what do ravens say when they die? Never mind. I'll wait.
Come on, son. No! I let him hit me. That was it for the one heart warrior. And we're back at it again. Get off. Get off.
Done beautifully. He was a bard when you needed one.
I feel like there's secrets to be had. Oh well. That's it. Man, this game's really fun.
As they reached her ship, Renato suddenly felt a sharp pain in his stomach. He was surprised to see a crossbow bolt sticking out of it.
I was gonna lead the Empire to our secret base, said Lapino. But no, you had to screw up my plan because you still got a thing for her.
Renato stared at Zenobia. The kiss. Was it real? She said, with a look of indescribable sorrow. She gestured and said an arcane word, and Lapino went flying into the abyss, screaming, "I'm telling your father!"
Then she knelt down to cradle his head, and her paws felt very soft and warm. And just like that, he was alive again, and back on the Farfarer, still fleeing burning Ubar. The book was still open before him. So, the book was a portal. It took you to the future, when your destinies would branch. He had failed and died 3 times, but he learned another true thing. Lapino was a traitor. Renato had suspected there was something wrong with the Mad Rabbit, but now he knew there was malice behind his goofiness.
Now I gotta figure out what this is so I can get that.
But he was starting to feel like he was getting the hang of this. There was a way through to victory. He could feel it. He just had to keep running the path of destinies. With that, the book fluttered back to the beginning, and he fell into it. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base.
It was time.
They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renato knew that using it could go
I gotta go in
catastrophically
that
wrong.
the thing. It's gonna rise out of the
Sure,
desert.
he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert.
Yeah.
The Emperor had brought the Sky Ripper pieces up out of ancient burial by his obscene rituals. Could this be where the Iblis stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Renato. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Renato really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
Yeah. He's a traitor. So fuck him. I'm going there.
The island was windswept desert. No one went there except ostriches and ostrich hunters. The Iblis stone. It sounded ominous. It sounded powerful. If the Emperor was searching for it, it must be dangerous. And so, Renato went ostrich hunting.
Oh yeah? I guess I'm going ostrich hunting. Cool. Cool.
Every child could sing verses about the Sky Ripper, but ancient codices held hints of other things. A stone that ate souls, a ruby that drank blood, a jewel only a righteous man could give away. Were all these things the Iblis stone? Long hidden in a buried temple, another ancient item that was only resurfacing now, drawn up from the deeps by the Emperor's horrific rituals? A chest that shiny deserved to be opened.
Ah, so close. Oh wait, maybe there's another chest down here. Yes. Come on, give me 6. Motherfucker. One off, really? It's alright. We're gonna go slay.
The air here tasted bitter. The steps were too tall for a person. The entire place felt restless, like it had been vexed to nightmare under the dust, waiting for its hour to come around at last.
That dude just walked off.
The Ravens were already here, cawing in frustration. They were still searching for a way in.
Good. Then he hadn't come too late. This
Yeah.
was way better, though, to be able to shrink down to the size of an ant. What was that all about, anyway?
I think this is yours, said Reynardo, but he couldn't hear his enemy's answer.
What? Oh, I gotta be holding that specific sword? Okay.
Ah, the road less traveled, thought Reynardo. How intriguing.
Yeah. Okay, no. I'm not reading all that. I'm not a reader. See, I can put the ice sword in the... What is it, nature? Something?
I wonder what I could make with all these sword crafting materials, thought Reynardo.
I don't know. Maybe I could
There
make a
was an
more
inscription.
powerful sword?
Praised the sun.
Praise the sun, huh? There we go.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Don't know why you weren't just attacking him, but hey. Oh, there's a upgrade bench. I gotta get to that. Get my void sword. Come here. Ooh. It's a big one. Physical resistance 2. Let me equip that real quick. Oh. Okay. Yes.
This sword from the mystical East could make time itself slow for you.
Alright. Heal myself up. That's good.
Reynardo was running out of ideas. Zenobia loved him to death. The Sky Ripper destroyed everything. And Lapino was a filthy traitor. Using a stone named for an evil god seemed unwise. But what else was there? Felt bad for littering, but these islands were short on trash cans.
Said these islands were short on trash cans.
The Ravens at least could not get past this point. Obviously, the temple builders knew how to deal with Tomb Raiders.
Tomb Raider. That's something I've always wanted to make a playthrough on, but never have.
Reynardo hated cannon traps. Also, who reloaded these things anyway? He never figured that part out.
I'm just gonna leave. Oh yeah?
It was a stone of the purest blackness. It reflected no light, like a void made solid. Nervous, he picked it up. I can make you mighty. Who said that? It was the stone. Eager, thirsty. Kill the Emperor's daughter. That seemed tempting and terribly wrong. Zenobia was the Emperor's greatest general and a potent witch. But they had been close once, and Reynardo wasn't sure he really wanted to be Emperor. Why not capture the core of Sky Ripper instead? It was the eye of a lost god torn out by the transcendent Emperor to power his greatest weapon. What's the core? Said the stone anxiously. You. The stone bothered him. He hated being told what to do. Wasn't that why he joined the rebellion? Wasn't that why he'd refused to be a soldier? He'd agreed to come on board only if he could freelance. The stone felt a bit clingy. The sage Calaveras had told him where to find the Sky Ripper, a weapon capable of challenging the gods. Even without its armature, the core would still possess great power. He would go there.
Okay, this is gonna end in the destruction of everything again. I'm starting to feel like destruction is the way my dude takes care of things. That's it. I mean, shit, I just destroyed the whole universe
The moment
earlier.
he landed the Farfarer, Reynardo had a rare feeling of regret. It's not too late, he thought. He could turn around and sail for Zenobia's island. He frowned. Wait a minute. He didn't want to kill Zenobia, did he? Sure, technically she was the enemy, but they'd been at Sword Food School together. They'd never been lovers, but somehow they'd been closer. She'd told him every secret about herself. Except the biggest one. That she was the Emperor's daughter. No. Kill Zenobia, whispered the stone. Before it's too late.
Okay. I mean, it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna go see what's up with the Sky Core. God, more reading? I don't care.
Ravens didn't smell any better dead, Renato thought.
Ooh. Critical chance. Okay. Bam. Nice and smooth.
There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time.
You almost never saw wild gogglers together like this. The toads had to train them not to peck each other to death. So these had to be imperial gogglers. That meant ravens were up ahead. What was really fun was hooking yourself onto a move.
The stone hadn't lied about what it could do for him. With each raven he cut down, he felt a jolt of power flowing into his arm. "You're weak," whispered the stone. "The core will kill you." "Are you afraid of it?" "No, don't be ridiculous," it chuckled. But it's unstable. It will poison you so much as carry it, and if you try to use it, it will explode catastrophically. Renato did not trust rocks that talked in his head. He went onwards.
"Give me a lever," said Archimedes, "and I shall open a gate."
Do I even have a skill? I don't think I leveled up. Ah, almost. Oh, it's the thing. Damn, I did that quick.
As he approached the core, the stone became hysterical. "No, it's too much power. We will rip a hole in space and time."
He had a sudden vision of plunging his gauntlet into the core and dying in anguish. That wasn't his vision, was it? The stone had sent him its darkest fears, hadn't it? He had a sudden impulse to do exactly that. He raised his right fist and plunged it into the core. There was a rush of light. He thought he could hear the stone screaming. And then he passed out.
When Renato came to, the core was gone. But the Iblis stone was no longer black, but glowing with a blue light. And it was silent. "I can't hear you," he sang out, and "You?" It didn't answer. "Ha!" he said. He had defeated the demonic gem with the power of his mind. He felt invincible. It was time to attack the Imperial outpost on the Nexus. Take the battle to the enemy. But among the huge crystals, there was also an observatory. A wise man would probably ask the scientists exactly what he had first. How wise was he?
You know what? Let's Let's see what we got here.
As the Farfarer made its way toward the Nexus, Reynardo watched sparks fly out of the core. The Iblastone sucked them in hungrily. You'd think the stone would want this kind of power, wouldn't it? Thought Reynardo. Well, the scientists would explain it all.
This time, Reynardo was sure he'd figured out how to use the core safely.
See? He'd trusted his gut, and it had worked out. That's what it meant to be a hero.
Huh,
to
I'm
ignore the
glowing now.
naysayers and the odd-makers, and do what you knew was right, and have it turn out to be the right thing. Well, he wasn't worried. Once he got to the observatory, the scientist toads could explain it. Then he could carry the war into the enemy's camp and destroy them all. Yeah, he was getting a little bloodthirsty, wasn't he? Smashing things was fun.
Yes. Give me all the stuff. All the stuff. No stuff in there. Is there stuff up here?
Once you try it,
You're hooked.
Oh God. Fuck's sake. Nothing in those.
Reynardo had never felt better in his life.
No.
Normally, a battle would wear him down,
Nah.
and he would need a night's
There's
sleep.
the huge chest
Now he
right
felt
there,
like he could
man.
go all night and all day. He felt like people were cheering him on, and he could practically hear their applause as he slew one raven after another.
the Iblastone and the Skyripper core. Two artifacts from the time of legends. Reynardo was becoming a legendary hero, wasn't he? He had enough power to save the rebellion, but he had to understand this power, so he would not misuse it. No skateboarding, the sign said. If he was a weapons engineer, Renato would make the cannonballs go much faster. And fire randomly, obviously.
Yeah.
Is a very cool sword, thought Renato. No, seriously, he couldn't feel his paw anymore. Alright. Come on, here we go. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
The toads at the observatory measured the stone with their occult devices. I fed it the core of Sky Ripper, explained Renato. No more feed blood and souls.
But the core is not an unlimited energy source,
said one toad. Another said,
there's a feedback loop, you see, which could overload the stone. The stone doesn't actually feed on souls,
claimed a third.
But on pain of killing another sentient being. If you can truly be at peace with yourself, it would not overload.
This was all very confusing. At peace? Yes, the mountains were peaceful and quiet, but he now had the power to turn the tides. He should report to the Rebellion Council and prepare for the decisive battle.
We need to go. As far as the rebellion is running out of time. Yeah.
Renato couldn't make sense of anything the toads said, and listening to them argue made him restless. The Iblis Stone had made him a power in his own right. The core had kicked the Iblis Stone out of his head by filling it with more power than it could eat. It was time to meet the leadership of the rebellion. It was time to go to the ruins where they had hidden their secret base.
Well, let's do this thing, man. I'm getting really into this game. This game's cool.
He was ready for anything the Ravens could throw at him. His sword felt ready too. It seemed to know what he wanted most.
And what's that? Kill, 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 kill. I keep killing.
The mysterious sword from the east made you so fast you could catch a fly with your chopsticks. If that's what you really wanted.
We gotta keep increasing the sword's energy.
Well, they really needed to redecorate anyway.
How much do I need? Oh, damn. I need 100 for both of them. Fuck.
Iblistone wasn't pestering him anymore. Good. He didn't want to chit-chat, not with anybody. He didn't want to think about Zenobia or Lapino. He just wanted to fight.
Yes. Finally an ending I can be, or a story I can be okay with. I just want to fight.
Surprisingly unwounded.
It's probably because I'm unwounded. Yeah? See how that works? Ooh, a void door. Chest.
The platform used a hybrid propulsion system fueled by anti-gravity and wishful thinking.
Big chest. Physical resistance level 3. Could have gone down there. Open sesame.
What's behind door number 2?
Oh god, the references. How they got, what's that? Fucking Price is Right or something? Energy on kill? I can use that.
That was always a rush. This was almost fun. Pain of killing another sentient being? What was them two talking about anyway? He felt no pain, only pleasure as each filthy raven fell by his sword and the stone glowed brighter and brighter. And all the while, those voices were cheering him on, like he was in the arena, winning bout after bout. Those flames really bring out your eyes.
Fire sword's OP. I don't care. No, I don't care.
Kill the rebel!
Caught one, Raven.
Eat the rebel!
Caught another.
Two eyes good. One eye dead. Long stairs. So he was close to the rebel base. He was on fire. So far, so good.
Oh, the savage. The savagery.
That is how we do it, said Reynardo to himself.
Cool. I'm gonna open this ice door. See what's behind it. Oh.
If he ever had a castle, he was going to hide his stuff better.
Attack speed 1. Here we go. Time to find out the next ending.
He slew and slew across the ruins and into the labyrinth that hid the secret rebel base. He was surprised not to see any defenders or even any of the council toads. When he reached the council chambers, there were still no toads, only filthy ravens. "Stop him! He's gone mad!" one raven shouted until he had hacked them all down. There was not a single toad anywhere. No doubt they'd all been taken prisoner, so it was up to him to take revenge upon the Imperial fleet. But where had they taken the council? It couldn't be good that the Empire had not only found the secret rebel base, but killed or captured everyone there, no matter. He was on a roll. He headed full speed towards the Imperial fleet. He would be the fox who took down 100 warships. He charged.
Okay. I can dig it.
The Imperial fleet was huge and deadly, but he was deadlier. The crowd was cheering him on. He could practically hear it. "Reynardo,
the hero of the rebellion.
Ooh, wouldn't
All
this
right.
gauntlet look swell with that jewel in it?
Shoot. Shield breaker. Oh, there's attack speed. 10%, that's it? Nah, we can't. It's a tough choice, man. Nah, I'll keep shield breaker for right now. Once I get that attack speed level 3, I'm definitely gonna have to pick that up. Void door. Ah, come on.
Had that door been opened before?
No. At least not by me. Oh, critical chance level 2, huh? Am I supposed to be going this way? Oh, it's too late now.
He was sort of yanking his own chain, wasn't he?
I didn't even grab onto anything, what the fuck?
As he slew his way across the fleet, Renato thought he could hear a small voice whispering in his ear.
Look at your gauntlet, you idiot, it said.
Oh, for heaven's sake, he thought. Can't I be alone in my own head?
Look at the stone.
I'm busy, he told the voice. Talk later.
Then it will be too late,
Cried the voice.
Don't be so bloody thick.
Piss off, he told the voice and kept up his slaying.
That had gone rather well, actually.
Oh, come on. Alright, you know what? Everyone's dying. Everyone. That includes you.
It's got even worse.
Oh, I don't even have enough magic to heal myself. Fuck.
Soon he'd confront the Emperor. Funny that this whole war had come about because the Emperor feared death. And now it was coming for him. There was some sort of lesson there, wasn't there?
the Emperor, Renato cut down his elite guard. The exalted Toad cowered fearfully. He had sought to evade death and only made death come to him faster. Renato savored the moment. And then, too quick, it was over. He stood over the dead Emperor.
Death to tyranny! He shouted. Go, Haps, go!
Zenobia stepped out of the shadows. You have to stop, she said. You've killed everyone. Our ravens, your rebels. You murdered the whole rebel council.
What? Oh, the Ravens killed the council. Yeah, big idiot. They don't even know what the secret base is. Shouted Lapino, who was with her for some reason.
Look at the stone, said Zenobia. It was black as night. Blacker.
But I fed it the core, said Renato. It was glowing. Well, who needs the core? He said, and he attacked.
Zenobia conjured her best, and Lapino hopped around like a mad rabbit, but he killed them both easily.
I am unstoppable, he orated at the blood-soaked walls. I alone shall be Emperor.
The tiny voice inside him screamed,
That doesn't even sound like you big fanny. The stone has stolen your mind.
but he ignored it. Who listens to voices in their heads anyway? Madmen, that's who.
Me.
Oh, damn it. He lost again. And died.
But there was burning Ubar behind him. He still had all his destinies ahead of him. But he'd learned another true thing. The Iblis Stone was evil. It would try to corrupt anyone who used it.
Okay. Now I have enough for my truth? No? I gotta get all the truths? Alright, well.
He knew enough now, he thought. All these truths tumbling around each other in his head. There must be a way to puzzle the pieces together. If he used everything he knew, he could discover a new path to destiny. The book's pages fluttered to the beginning once again. Faster than before? And he fell. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base.
Alright.
They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renato knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis Stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it. To take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. And he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage.
You know what? I'm getting pretty tired. It's 6 in the morning. I'm gonna end it here. If you guys enjoyed, you already know, smack that like button up. Hit that subscribe button. Oh, God, I can't even finish my sentence without yawning. Hit that subscribe button to get notifications for when I do start streaming or put out that new video. You already know. It's been your boy, I Jug.